is my first time to do a Facebook Live. Hold on a second. So just making sure that I'm on. If somebody is on, maybe you could leave me a comment in the, a comment in the box. Sorry, I'm late. Have to my viewer to be. No, we don't do that. Okay. Nicola, I think I see you. Am I on? Can you wait? Oh, fabulous. Hi, guys. There it is. Hi, guys. I was such a job trying to get all of the kids sorted. Having to do it live in the house is like a nightmare. My husband's in the back on a Zoom call. My son was doing piano on this phone, and then my other son is downstairs on, and if I was to take the Xbox off them, they'd actually have an absolute heart attack. So anyway, welcome everyone. Hope you're all well and enjoying the sunshine. I haven't been outside today, even though it's looking absolutely fabulous. Only I have a few guys working around my house, taking my trees down, doing all of my gutters, and they're all like in masks and stuff, so I'm not going outside just in case. So how's everybody? Hi Emma, hi Nicola, and the Derby household. I'm loving your videos at the moment, giving everyone a bit of light in this darkness that we're going through. Nicola is one of my Auntie Ethel's students. A beautiful, lovely golden energy. Every time I watch her videos, I see that. Hi Deirdre. Hi Michael, hi to your mum, she's so lovely. So I'm going to quickly go through some of the questions. Last night I did a quick intro into what I was going to do today, talking about water, talking about meditation, talking about fasting, talking about all the good stuff, all the stuff that we hate, that we don't want to do. And I also asked people last night if they wanted to leave me some questions, if they wanted to ask me anything that they're going through in the shift. So I'm going to try, this is my first time to do Facebook Live, so I'm going to try and, hi Auntie Jean, hi Teresa, I'm going to try and answer some of the comments as they're coming up in front of me, so you'll have to bear with me. So what I'll do is I'll go to some of the questions that I got last night through the night, and some of the questions that I might answer for you today might not only be for the person who gave me the question, it might also be for you. So, you know, we're all going through the ascension symptoms at the moment. We're all going through similar ascension symptoms, whether it's in our head, whether it's in our stomach, whatever it is. So some of the questions that I'll be answering today might also be for you. So one of my clients, Audrey, says, I started on my spiritual journey path about 1 year ago and I'm loving it. It's been crazy the last few months with this awakening, and I won't lie. The energy is crazy, but in a good way. I'm loving connecting with my angels and my guides. They're always chatting with me, and I was wondering, how do you call them in and what is the best way? So for people out there who don't understand that we have guides in spirit, we have our own life guide, and I spoke about this before on one of my other Facebook live chats, or my Instagram live chat. On the spirit side, we have a team, or our spiritual family, our teachers, our guides, and when we come in, when we decide that we're going to come down into the body that we're in now, in the human incarnation that we decided to come in, we decide that with our spirit guide, and that's our life guide. So when we're in spirit before we incarnate, we decide who our mom is, who our dad is, what the experiences we're going to have, the trials, the traumas, the tribulations, and we get this spirit guide that sits with us and goes through that process and says, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to do that? And then you might have 50 things on your list of experiences that you want to have. And they, we work it out together, because it's my life. I'm in this experience having it, and I have my own free will. So I decide what I want to do. But the guide comes with you, and the guide stays with you on the spirit side. So you have a life guide. You also have other guides that come with you. So say, for instance, if you're going to go down the road of becoming a spiritual healer, if you're going to go down the road of doing a yoga, whatever it is, the path that you're going to go on, you on that journey of your life, you gain new guides. So because I'm teaching Reiki, I teach my Reiki level 1 clients when they come, my Reiki level 1 students, they get their Reiki guide that comes in with them also, as well as their life guide. And then they have new guides come in when they do level 2, and then you get lots of guides when you go on to be a master or a Reiki teacher, because you need lots of guides, because all these different guides in spirit, whether they're ascended masters like Jesus, Buddha, all of the ascended masters, you can have your angelic realm, they can also be a guide for you. People say, oh, I asked my angel for a car parking space. That's the same type of thing, because what you're doing is you're asking your intention for these to step in to help you from the spirit side. So you have your life guide, you have your spirit team, you have whoever it is you want to call on. And I would, because my truth is that I believe there's greater than that. I believe that there's, on top of the ascended masters that we have star beings, we have galactic beings. Because if we if we feel like, I mean, I don't, but I know there's people out there that believe that Earth is the only thing, and yeah, the stars in the sky, and that's it. But I believe that there's other planets, and there's other beings on those planets, and they come in to help. So that's our galactic team. So when you hear me talking about in my meditations where I talk about the Galactic Federation of Light, my guide on the Galactic Federation of Light is Ashtar. I've had lots of experiences with him because I also work very closely with Jesus. So when I'm doing my work, I always ask them to step in, because they're really, what they're doing is watching how Earth is raising and going through this shift at the moment, and they're overseeing it. Because as you recall, Jesus was down here incarnated in human form. Yeshua ben Joseph, his name was when he was down here. We call him Jesus. And on the spirit side, he's called Lord Sanada, and he is he's working very closely to watch how Earth is ascending, and we can feel that at the moment. Everybody is going through those ascension symptoms, so we can feel how we are actually ascending. So ascending through energy wise, that's what I'm talking about. So let's go back. We're going to talk about the spirit guide. When you want to call in your spirit guide, very simply, you try and give yourself a sacred space, whether it is in your bedroom, close the doors, dim the lights down, whether it's out in a Reiki room, you might have a room off your house separate, that where you go to do your meditations. Close down the lights, try to get somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed. I would call on my guides all day long, so you don't only have to be sitting in a space for doing this. So I call my guides in all the time. But if you want to do a proper meditation, I would advise to dim the lights down, go with the breath first, go within, go with the breath, closing your eyes down, breathing in, out, be aware of where you feel the energy in your body, letting go. Every time the breath goes in, the golden light goes in, you breathe out, letting go of your stresses. I do that 1 or 2 times, and then I open my crown chakra. And for people who don't know what the crown chakra is, it's the energy center at the top of the head, the 7th energy center at the top of the head, and that spins. And when you intend for it to open, you open the channel up to the higher dimensions. So whoever that is that you want to call in, I always call in my guides for my highest good, the highest beings. I want to be calling in the ascended masters, the angelic realm. I want to be calling in the Galactic Federation of Light, because they're up over and overseeing what's happening here. So they're who's going to give me the most information. But you can work on calling in your angels, because you sort of maybe know about angels, Archangel Michael. You can call in Jesus, whoever it is you pray to. And when you sit in that space and you intend for your crown chakra to open, your crown chakra opens and the energies then starts to flow in. And how it works, it's like as if, especially when you're meditating, you're gonna try to sit and be quiet, and you're gonna, thoughts are gonna flow in. Oh, the kids, oh, the washing, oh, the dinner, all of these thoughts. That's okay when you're learning at the start, because when you're learning at the start, you have to learn how to allow those thoughts to float in and float out, and you get used to it. But always come back to the breath. If you think about the washing or you think about the homework, come back to the breath, go back to breathing, and then after a while it becomes really easy, and then the information starts to flow in because the channel is open. And how it works for me is I hear them talking to me, my guides talking to me in my own thoughts. So I ask the question, what about this, Jesus? And then I hear the answer, but it's Hazel talking. And people always say, oh no, that's I thought I was making it up. Is it my imagination? But it's not. It's thought forms. Because how they work with us from that side is that they come through the channel and they put the words and thought forms into your mind. And then you interpret what they want to say. So, you know, I wouldn't have great big words. So they give me very simple imagery. They give me the words that I know that's already in my vocabulary, in my mind. So be mindful at the start when you're only starting meditating first. It is hard to try to quieten the mind. It's so hard because your mind is constantly talking to you. And not only that, but you also have your ego self, which is the other side, that will go, oh, you're making it up. You're making it up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let anything in. Oh my God, you're going to be possessed. You're going to have all of those thoughts going on in your mind as well, because when you're new to it, you don't understand. And what I would say to you is, when you go with the breath, when you open your crown chakra, you're intending to bring in only the highest guides for your highest good, the guides from the light. If you want to put yourself in a pyramid, you can put yourself in a golden pyramid of light. The pyramid symbol is very protective. And also, you could place yourself in a bubble of light. I often use that with the kids. I say to the kids, put your bubble of golden light around you. And if anyone bangs into you, or if anybody hurts you or pops your bubble because they said something mean to you, put your bubble of light back up again. So those things are the easy ways of protecting you when you're in meditation. And then you won't feel so, you might feel scared because you're afraid of, oh, what ifs. Because, you know, I was told when I was a child, because we're here in Ireland, we have this way of thinking that you only do it this way. Don't let anything in, because if you let something in, you can't get it out. That's a load of shit. And excuse the French, but I have had so many amazing experiences because I opened up my mind and I said, right, I'm here, I'm ready for the knowledge. Tell me what I need to know. And I always ask my guides, can you give me the knowledge that you want me to know, to pass on to my students, whether it's my students or whoever it is. And I always ask them to give me that knowledge. And then also give me the understanding of it, or give me validations for it. So if they give me knowledge one night in a meditation, the next day I see a video that validates what they showed me. And that's how it works. It works like that, because your guides will always validate it for you. If you ask them, if you don't ask, you don't get. And again, that's another thing. Ask your guides to step in. Don't be afraid. Ask them to step in. They can't step in and give you information because you have your own free will. You came here in this physical incarnation and you have your own free will, so they can't step in and say, oh no, she's not meant to get on that bus. No, they can't do that. You have to go do the life that you have written out in your contract before you came here. So giving yourself the time. Don't judge yourself if you are doing meditations and you can't do it. It's, oh, I can't. That's okay. Start again. Try and do it every day, even if you do 2 or 3 minutes meditation just with the breath. And one of the ways, actually, when I was only learning how to do it first, I used to hum. A lot of yogis do that, where they close their eyes and they hum in, hum, and then you then focus on the sound. So you can also do sounds if you feel happier with that. So hope that answered that question, Audrey. Yeah, so don't forget, when you're bringing in the your guides, you're only asking for the guides with the white lights around you, so then you know you're protected, and then you are you feel happier that you've done a proper meditation. So question number 2. Hi everybody. Hi Susan. Hi Janice. I see you all on now. Question number 2 is Mary's question. She said she lives in Cavan. I'm loving the content, thank you. And she's really itching to do something in a way of Reiki courses or something like that. I have no idea where to start, and I was wondering if you may know someone in kinesiology or that or this line of work, as in these therapies. She said that she booked a kinesiology appointment and with a very sought after therapist in Cork, and she's so good that she didn't get to do that either. So I've had lots and lots and lots of my own clients who have come to me for Reiki, and now are like, you know, well, how many weeks are we at this in this isolation, and I haven't got a chance to physically put my hands on anyone. So I'm actually itching to get back to work, and I know lots of my clients think I'll never get back to work either. But as well as that, Mary is asking, like, what do you do? What's the first step? I always say again, ask your guys to give you the books. What is it that they want you to do? What is it that you are meant to do? Ask your guys to show you. And that always has always happened for me. When I asked my guys, I used to get books upon books about Jesus, books about EFT, books about quantum healing hypnosis. I read all of Dolores Cannon's books, because it was like step by step by step. Your guides are never going to give you what you can't handle. So your guides know your life path, what you said you were going to come in here to do, and how slow or fast you were going to do it. So if you're interested in Reiki, go online. There's so much content online there to look at up about Reiki. My lineage of Reiki is Dr. Yusui, my auntie Ethel, who's my mom's sister. Hi Ethel, I think you're on here somewhere. She taught me how to do that in 2006, and I have never looked back. It's one of the most amazing therapies. Even though in 2006 I only did it because I wanted to do it for myself, I didn't realize that I was going to be really put to the test when my son was born in 2008, and he was born ill, and then that led me to a life of doing only healing, and I absolutely love it. I say it's not a job for me, because I absolutely love doing this work, and I'm going to do this till the day I die, I know. But what I say to you is, Mary, if you live in Cavan, my brother is down in Cavan, Daniel, he's down there, he does courses. I have friends of mine who are my Reiki clients there in Navan. Then I have also, they're all my students are all over Ireland now. So wherever it is that you want to do it, if you just go and look up in your area. And what I would also say is, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. That's what I was always taught. And you might say, oh yeah, I really like Hazel, but I can't get to Dublin to do that course. So look for who it is that resonates with you in your area. And if it's somebody in your area that you go, oh yeah, supposedly she's the best, you go and look on her page and it doesn't resonate with you, some of the stuff that she's saying is not resonating with you, well then that teacher is not meant for you. If I was given all of the stuff that I have been getting in the last few months, and have been getting since 2013 with the light language and the channeling and all that, if I had gotten that in 2006 when I started on this journey, I would have ran away from myself. So the guides will only give you what you can handle, bit by bit, baby steps. Like, you don't give a baby fill of steak, you give a baby milk, and slowly does it. Go online, have a look in your area, and if it's something that you think you want to do and you want to do it with me, I'm going to be doing my courses. I'm going to be doing it in a little bit of a different way. I'm waiting for the government guidelines here for to see what's going to happen with us. Are we going to be able to do it where we're able to put our hands on people? I know that they said the hairdressers and that are allowed to go back to work on the 20th of July. So I'm hoping by that stage I'll have a bit more understanding, and I will be doing my courses online if that's the case. And how it works is, normally when you come to me for a course before this pandemic, you would have came to me, done it over 4 nights, or you would have done it over 2 days, Saturday and a Sunday. And when you're attuned to Reiki, when you decide you want to do Reiki, you are given attunements or initiations, and you're given that over the weekend. So you get one attunement on a Saturday morning, one attunement Saturday afternoon, one Sunday morning, one Sunday afternoon. And the reason being is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the crown chakra. When I open up the crown chakra in this initiation process, we bring this golden light in from source, and it flows down through it. And we wouldn't do that in a fast approach. We only do it slowly. So we do it over the few days. And when I'm doing a Reiki course online, that would mean that if people are saying, oh, can you attune somebody over the phone, over the internet or online? No, you can't. I have to physically attune you, open your crown chakra physically, and your guides are going to do it on the spirit side. So I physically have to have you with me. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing my courses, the content of my courses online. I'm going to do that through Zoom or do it through the webinar. We'll do it that way. And then you'll come to me for the attunements. And what we'll do is I'll stagger it. You won't be in a room out the back there where normally I do my courses with 8 or 9 people. It will be just me and you on our own. I'll be wearing my gloves, make sure you're protected and I'm protected. And I'll be doing your attunements, and we'll do those staggered so you're not going to be with anybody else, just me and you. So I hope that makes sense to you. All the content, but all of the stuff that I will teach you will be done through the internet, and then the actual attunement. So it just means that it cuts the 8 hours where I have to be physically in a room with you and 8 other people, and it cuts down if there is any bugs in the air and all of that. So Mary, I hope that answers your question. Hi everybody. Hi Ethel, I see you're on, and hi Sandra, my neighbour, and all is on. Jeez, you might all learn something. So Jenny, her question was, how are you when you go to the shops? I'm super sensitive to, at the moment, this bad energy. I literally feel it when I go to do my food shopping. She said she was in Dunn's the other day, and she thought that she'd never get out of the place. Basically, she said she had the biggest knot in her stomach. She said the fact that the way people were turning against each other with COVID, like we're all diseased. She said it's very hard. It made me cry, and the sadness. She said her head is like mush. So I don't know whether you are feeling that out there. This is, I'm sure, because I've had other clients messaging me over the last while talking about the exact same. They're really sensitive to the energy. Now, no coincidence that COVID-19 means that we have to social distance. No coincidence that COVID-19 says you have to drink more water, because on a bigger scale that you don't know, or some people don't know this, but on a bigger scale, we need more water to integrate this new energy that's flowing in. So this is a new wave of energy that's coming in. It's been rolling in for the last couple of years, but especially since 2012. And this energy has been coming in, and a lot of people talk about it as in the event or the shift. It's already coming in. Earth has already done the shift. It's already doing the purging. And this energy that's rolling in, anybody who's sensitive to energy, so what I mean by sensitive is anyone who's an empath, who's a real sensitive person, who goes into situations where they're with their friends and somebody tells them a story and they're like, oh, my heart. Or, you know, you can be watching somebody on the television and then you feel that energy from the television. People who are empaths. So people now who are going back out after being at home and being, you know, in this isolation period, people are going back out into this energy now where that dense energy is still around. So when you go into the shops and you're walking by, people are all tense and they all have masks and gloves and nobody wants to come near you, and it's totally different to the way we've ever lived before. So it's real weird, and that gives you anxiety in your stomach. I went out only in the last few days to do a quick shop. I went literally over to my local shop. I was in and out, and I was watching how people were social distancing. I was getting agitated. I thought I'd never get out of the shop. So if I'm feeling that and I know how to protect myself, I can only imagine how you are feeling out there. And don't worry if you do have that feeling of, you walk by somebody and you get this feeling of heart energy, you get this feeling in your stomach all of a sudden. You may be picking up negative energy off people because you are very sensitive. So one of the things I'd say to you, Jenny, is it Jenny? Yeah, Jenny, is I would say to you, don't forget to protect yourself going outside. So when you're going outside, put yourself in a bubble of light, golden light. I say to people in the morning time when you get into the shower, when you get into the shower in the morning, as the water is coming down and washing your body, see it washing down your aura and getting rid of all your negative energy from the day before. And as it's washing down your body, see it like a bubble around yourself. So you get into this practice of doing that every day before you walk outside the door. Get into a practice of protecting your own energy field, because at this moment in time, because this dense energy is purging, it's purging from the earth, it's purging from the physical body, where the sensitive ones can really feel it. And some people are going through this purging within themselves. So I know a lot of my clients are doing the purging in the physical body, where they are literally flushing out. They have been on the loo for 2 or 3 days. They're getting the ears popping. They're getting the sinuses. The body's absolutely aching. So that's normal ascension symptoms. That's normally what happens. That happened for me when I was doing my level 1 Reiki. It happened for me when I was doing my level 2 Reiki. It was like, as you move up the energy, as you move up to the next step in the ladder of the spiritual, your spiritual evolution, as you move up, you purge the old crap. As you move up to the next rung, you purge the old. So it always has to be a purging, and that is normal. And if you do have that feeling where, Jenny, you come home and you said, oh, I wanted to burst out crying, burst out crying. That's a good thing. It's good to cry. We are taught as children here growing up in Ireland, well, maybe it was my mum with the 8 children, get out, stop crying. Get out, don't be annoying me. But it's actually not good for you to stop crying. If you feel that urge within you to cry, cry. Don't judge yourself. Don't criticize yourself. It's okay to let that energy go. Because remember, for the last few weeks we've been stuck in, everybody's going through anxieties, everybody's going through those stresses, and you're trying to hold it all together and try to, bake and be a teacher and be a wife and be all of those other things, as well as deal with all of the purging that's going on. And you're not getting that chance to actually say, I want to get into bed, I want to bawl my eyes out crying, and I want to pull the blankets over my head for 2 days and purge. So purge, it's so good for you to get rid of that energy. We're going to purge energy first, and not only purge energy as in the energy as we move up in our spiritual evolution, but we're also going to physically purge it from our bodies. So the best way, which I always say to everybody, the best way of physically getting rid of the energy in your body is water. Water, we're 72% water, drink more of it. So I'm going to talk about water at the end. I just want to get to my questions. Hi everyone. Hi Sarah. Hope I'm not making too much noise, my neighbours. Eventually get my house finished. Okay, so Curvy Lady, I don't know who she, that's her name on Instagram. Just wondering, would you know how to get rid of vertigo, dizziness, lightheadedness, anxiety? She says she's going through that at the moment. A lot of you are doing the same. She said that she's had this, she also has colitis, which is inflammation in the stomach. So we'll talk about vertigo and dizziness. A lot of people are going through that. I know I've had the ringing in my ears. I think vertigo is something to do with the balance. It's something to do with your balance. I think it's something to do with the bubble in your head. Well, I have a probably bigger bubble than others, but there's it's to do with your balance. I know people who have vertigo, they find are always off balance all the time. So when you are feeling like that and you are feeling off balance, that's a good indicator that you need to ground your energy. And I have lots of meditations on YouTube where I talk about ground the energy, because as you bring the golden light in and you bring it down through your body, bring it down through your chakra system and your energy system. When you bring it in, you bring it down through your whole body and down out the soles of your feet and connect the energy. See it intentionally, bring it down from source through you and out your feet. And you always see me, I've always posted up that I go down to the beach and I take my shoes off and I ground my energy, my negative energy, down into the ground, because Mother Earth is very powerful and she's able to transmute negative energy, and she does that really easily. But you've got to get your shoes off. We wear our shoes all day long and we have to get the shoes off so the energy flows down through our feet. And there's people who are in apartments who are not able to get out. Put your bum to your grounding wall. Your wall is on the outside, and that's another way where you can actually visualize the energy coming out of your tailbone, out of your tail and into it, like tentacles, into the wall and down that grounding wall, and see it going down into the earth. And I always say, imagine like the roots of a tree, and as that energy goes down into the ground, it wraps around the earth and it holds you firm, and that will keep you grounded, and that will make you not feel that off balance. And the colitis thing, I would say to you, is when did it start? So if there's colitis that only just happened, go back to the point when it started. What was going on in your life then? What was happening? Were you stressed out about a job? Were you breaking up with a partner? Were you going through anything? What was it that started? A lot of people hold their energy in their stomachs, and I always say the stomach is like the second brain. It's very powerful what our stomach can do. Our stomach is actually so important because it does all of the sorting out, the shifting of our foods, and that in itself then goes into the bloodstream. So our stomach is like the second brain. It's so important, and if it's out of sync in any way, You need to change your foods. You need to look at what foods you're eating. You need to look at what's going on in a spiritual sense. Look at what's going on around you in an emotional sense. Is there stuff that's stressing you out and you're holding your energy in your stomach and it causes you? Because I know a friend of mine has colitis and she just is constantly on the loo all the time. And it is, in a way, when you think about your stomach, is actually gets rid of the crap. So are you holding stuff? People who are constipated and they actually hold energy there. Are you holding in stuff that you don't want to let go of? That's also another way. That's the opposite. Some people really let go, and then there's others who don't. And if you look at the stomach, always work back to when it happened, when it actually started for you. Was it there from the time you were born? Is it something you were born with? Or is it something that's just come on? And why did it come on? What was it that caused it? Because remember that if it is a disease in the body, is a dis-ease of energy. So if it's an energy imbalance first, it's an emotional thing first. So what was it that caused it, the dis-ease in the body? So hopefully that answered your question. So I said, yeah, grounding, and that also with the vertigo, so you can hear it popping in your ears. That's out of balance as well. So Heidi, a question that Heidi put in, reoccurring dreams usually mean there's something in your life. So she was asking about reoccurring dreams, why she was having these really vivid reoccurring dreams that's coming over and over. And what I would say to you is, I would say this to everybody, because now, especially at this time, we're becoming more sensitive to what our guides are giving us in our sleep state. So if you can imagine you're asleep on your bed like this at night and you're going to bed. That's the physical body, Hazel's physical body, and then that's the spirit body. And as you go to sleep and as you drift off into your subconscious, you are your spirit body lifts up and floats away. Your spirit body is always alive and awake. It doesn't want to sleep. Your physical body is tired. So your spirit body floats up and goes and does its thing when it's in nighttime. You can astral travel, bilocate. I do that. I'm doing that really well now at the moment. I was never able to do it, but I'm really doing it well now. And bilocate, in other words, I can see my physical body in the bed, asleep, or not asleep, physical body in the bed, but I'm actually out of my physical body and I'm able to go wherever I want. It's called bilocation or astral traveling. But you do that in your sleep anyway. That's a natural thing that you do in your sleep. Your spirit lifts off and goes off. And it goes off, talks to all your friends and family who's crossed on and gone on to heaven. It can go places that it was before in other lifetimes. You can decide if you want to go to Egypt. If you can't come out of your house and you want to go to Egypt, you can go those places. That's where your spirit lifts up and lifts off your body. And sometimes in your reoccurring dreams, your friends and family want to come in and talk to you. You might have a really vivid dream about your grandmother and she's talking to you, and you remember when you get up out of the bed in the morning. I always have like a little pen and paper beside me on the bed. And before I allow my spirit to fully come into my physical body the next morning when I'm getting up, you know you've had those experiences where you've had an amazing vivid dream. You know, you might tell your partner and you say, oh, it was like this. You go down and have a cup of tea and you forget it, because once you step out of the bed, your spirit fully comes into your physical body, and then you're in your physical body. So your best time to jot down, journal it, is when you are in your sleep state still, because your sleep state is when you're coming back down. This spirit is coming back down to the physical body. And the way I always explain this to my Reiki clients when I have them, you've all had that experience where you're just about to fall asleep and you go, you think you're falling, because the spirit actually is giving you an image, because the spirit is falling back in, right? It's very simple when you do that. Think about it that way. So get the journal, write out what you're having in your dreams. If it's very vivid and it's coming over and over and over, sometimes you might have past life experiences that are coming up for you to look at, because there may be a pattern that's going on in your life, and it's coming up for you to actually look at it and try to work your way through it. That's also a thing. I used to get this because I'm only, not that you think that I had a problem talking. I don't, but I did have a problem speaking my truths when I actually want to say something, and somebody would piss me off and I want to say it, but I didn't want to say it because I was afraid of what might happen if I opened my mouth and said something wrong. I might not have a friend, or I might upset somebody. And I've had that experience of having dreams where I'm pulling chewing gum out of my mouth, because my guides and your guidance system is trying to give you the imagery of actually pulling the words out. You need to actually speak your truths. And until I started to really step into my power and speak up for myself, I stopped having those dreams. So sometimes your dreams are actually trying to get you to do stuff that you were meant to do all along, but they're just trying to give you the kick. And also Emma is having, I I don't know whether you're all seeing this, but if you look up, my guides keep saying look up, because we're so aware now of our environment around us and the birds and the trees, and because we're not really worried about work as such, we're able to look at things in a totally different light. Look up, the guys are saying, because they're going to start showing us more stuff, as in, you know, you'll see these weird shaped clouds in the sky, and I don't know whether you believe this is my truth, but you're going to see fifth and sixth and seventh dimensional crafts in the sky in clouds. They can't physically show themselves to us because we're 3D here, they're 5D there, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 12, 13 dimensions, dimensional beings. And they're coming in craft because they're coming down to keep an eye and see how things are going. They're not here to cause any grief. They're only here to check in on us, and they're going to be showing themselves more, and you're going to see it everywhere. You wait and see. In the next few years, you're going to start seeing it everywhere. There's going to be so much in the sky. So they said look up, be mindful of looking up into the sky. I know people out there might think I'm totally crazy, but I believe it 100% because I have had so many experiences with those guides, my star beings, my galactic beings. I've had so many experiences, so I'm talking it coming from my perspective. So you mean it might not resonate with you. If it doesn't, you know, pass it on, go on to something else. So they said look up, and also when you look up into the skies, it's also a good way of your angels giving you pictures of clouds that look like feathers, or clouds that look like angels, and that could be a loved one saying hi to you, especially if you're feeling a bit down and a bit crappy. So look up. So I know that people are seeing mad strange things at the moment that they were never seen before. Also, one of the ascension symptoms, is I said the ringing of the ears, the blurriness in the eyes. I had that last week where all around my peripheral vision was blurred, and it kept blurring, and I have perfect sight, but all around my peripheral vision was blurring because now they're trying to work on the eyes. And since that has happened, even though I've done all these other gifts of using my channeling and my light language, I've always asked my guides to show me color. And I see colour every now and then, but now I'm watching the TV, I can see the aura around people. So obviously they're doing something to the eyes. They were doing something to fix the eyes, to shift that energy that's going on in the eyes. So now we're able to see, be more clairvoyant, more clairaudient, clairsentient. All of these new gifts are coming in with this shift. So if you start seeing balls of light around people, that's orbs, that's energy. That's okay. If you start seeing colour around people, the aura around people, that's okay. Don't think you're going mad. People are seeing faces shifting, different beings underneath faces. That's okay. Because your guides are going to start giving you only what you can handle. So don't panic if you see it. Always remember that we're here, and the end, myself, my auntie Ethel, we're always here to be able to answer your questions. Don't ever keep it in and think, oh, I'm totally going crazy, because you're not going crazy. We've all had these symptoms, right? So anything different anybody wants to ask? I don't know how to go back now with my questions. So okay, let's see. I don't know how I am for time, guys. Could somebody just actually post up a time, because my watch is not even I think I'm only allowed to stay on this for an hour. So what I want to get to quickly is what I was talking about, is the water. Very important, right? So 72% of the body is water. We need to drink good water, and that I spoke about that in my video last night. Yeah, Qhht is saying she's seen all those weird clouds in the sky, especially you, Qhht, because you need to be seeing them. So sorry, the water, go back to the water. We're 72% water, so we need to get the best water into us as possible. We need to get good water. So, you know, we live in Dublin here. They changed the water system. They have this new water in, but the water's still not great. I have a filter in my house. I know my auntie Ethel has a Kangen water system. That's an actual water purifier. It takes out all the metals, takes out all the chemicals. It's really good for your washing your fruit. The amount of crap that we have on the outside of our fruits and veg, the water that we get that's coming out of our tap is not really good water. So I would say to you, if you can't afford to buy a Kangen water system, I know my auntie Ethel, she's one of the distributors of that. You can go through her and she can get you one. But if you can't afford that, I would say to you, the simple thing is, so I would normally use my NutriBullet. It's the big thing. I normally fill that full of water in the night time, and I put my crystals in it, especially if I'm feeling low energy, I put my crystals in it, I leave it in my fridge overnight, and the crystals then energize the water. Because I'm a Reiki practitioner, I can also bless my water. I bless my water on my food, especially when I sit down to eat my dinner. I always bless it to make sure there's no negative energy on it. Water is so important at the moment, especially while we're going through this integration of this energy, because we need to go and do this purging, flushing out. And the best way of that is happening is with the water. We need to cleanse our body. I go to a girl here in Swords. She does colonic irrigation. She is brilliant. She's a Reiki Master, beautiful lady, and once every 6 months I go and have a colonic irrigation, where it's so good to wash out your gut, basically, right? Because if you can imagine the gut being like, you know, twisted, and you know, so many twists and turns, you can imagine what gets lodged there. And I said to you, our stomach and our intestines is in a second brain, and it needs to be able to absorb all the nutrients from our foods. So I would say, if you're really feeling that dense energy and you want to do a proper physical cleanse, get loads of water into you, whether it's being the Kangen water or the really good water. And I would then say to you, do some form of a colonic. When we get out of here, some form of a colonic, or you can actually do it yourself. You can buy stuff online. I have stuff myself. You can do it online, coffee enema, and it basically just gives you a good flush out. So good for your body, because we've so much toxins that's also in our intestines, and we need to get rid of all the toxins out of us first. So water being one. I would say meditate more if you can meditate, even if it's 2 to 3 minutes. If you can get up to 10, if you can get up to, I meditate now, and I go in there and I think I'm in there for 10 minutes, and I'm gone for an hour and 30 minutes, and I get all this information, and I come out, and all the information I'm given, I record it down on my dictaphone on my phone, my voice recorder, and I get so much information. But my husband says, you were in there for hours. It feels like 10 minutes to me, but because I'm getting better at it, and because I'm getting better at it because I practice at it. And I've always been out the back doing my Reiki for hours and hours, and I always say to my guys, if there's something, information that you want to give me, allow it to flow through me while I'm out there, while the channel is open, and I get my information that way. But because I'm in isolation now, I'm really putting my mind into doing more meditation, and it really is serving me. So meditation being another one. And also exercise, get yourself out, no excuses now. We're able to get out and do our walks. Even a small amount of exercise gets the oxygen into your cells. And remember, the cells are listening, C-A-L, cells are listening. Affirmations is so good for you. I am well, I am love, I am. Talk to your body. I say that to my ladies that are coming to me for fertility, you know, coming to me to try to have babies. I say, talk to your womb. Tell your womb you're ready. We're ready. I am ready. I'm ready. Ready, womb? I'm ready. So you talk to your body, because your cells are always listening to you. Well, I explained that the other day with the consciousness of the water. Your cells are listening to you. Our body is 72% water. And actually the molecules in our body, our cells, are actually listening to us. So talk to your body. And one of the things I actually have gone back to, which I was saying last night in my snippet for today, fasting. I did a fast yesterday. So easy to do. I mean, I actually forgot that I didn't eat, but it's actually so easy to do. If you can fast and do some form of fasting, whether it's 12-hour fast, a 10-hour fast. Some people can't go without food after 4 or 5 hours, and they physically can't because they might have an illness or whatever. So obviously go whatever your doctor is prescribing to you, if it is some form of illness that you need to eat for blood sugars or whatever. But if you don't, I would say, if you want to do a really good fast, especially for the girl who has the colitis, anything that's going on in the stomach, do a 2 or 3 day fast. I know people go, what, 2 or 3 days? But I'm going to read a few things that happens when you fast here. So after 12 hours, it says 12 hours fasting, the growth hormone kicks in. And I did a fast last night, so I started at 7:15, and I ate my breakfast today at 10:30. So that was, 14 hours, right? I actually felt the benefit of it this morning when I woke up. Even though I was starving, I was like, no, I'm going to just, keep going. I just drank a load of water, because most times you're actually more thirsty than you are hungry. I drank a load of water, loads of lemon juice in it, and I waited, and I had my breakfast at 11:30. I'm trying to be really good now, do my juices and that, and I can already feel the benefits of that, right? So after 12 hours, growth hormone kicks in. After 13 to 15 hours of fasting, burning energy, you start to change and you start to burn the fat. So it now runs out of food. There's no food in your stomach. It runs out of food and it goes, where can I go to next? And it goes to the fat. And anybody out there who's trying to lose a bit of weight, I'm actually bursting out of everything. I'm actually going to try and do it through my fasting. If you can do 2 days a week fasting, 1 day a week, I know people who do 5 days a week fasting. So 13 to 15 hours, that's when it starts to burn the fat and it goes, the ketones start to go up, right? 17 hours of fasting, self-detox, and the body starts to eat the toxins in the cells. That's called autophagy. Autophagy? Yeah, something like that. AUTOPHAGY. I know she said it today and I was like, oh, that's how you say it. So 24 hours of fasting, stem cells productions start, and that is really good for the girl who was talking about earlier on with the colitis. It helps with your intestines, it helps with candida in your stomach, it regenerates your stomach, the lining of your stomach, the liver, the kidneys, all of those things starts after 24 hours fasting. I mean, that in itself is a regeneration. The over 24 hours is when you have more proteins, the BDNFs in your brain, and those are where your neurons are already they're you know, the ones where you lose your memory. I have them all the time, but what happens is you build new neurons because this BDNF, I'm trying to find out the name of that, how to say that, BDNF, those actually are like brain fertilizer. It says the serotonin kicks in and that's the happy hormone, and that kicks in after 24 hours. So there's people out there who are doing three days fasting, right? They say 36 to 48 hours of fasting is great for weight loss. So if you can do 2 days of 48 hours, 2 days doing 48 hours fasting, the weight would fall off you. And one of the things actually I noticed is really good for warm water and a small amount of honey. That will burn fat very fast as well. So fasting is really important. I said that last night in Medjugorje, they fast every week. Fasting is, Jesus did it, Buddha did it, they sat there, the emancipated Buddha sat there all day long and didn't eat anything, only a grain and rice, but sure, you wouldn't be very happy if that's what you were doing. So, I mean, I love my food, but I'm definitely going to do the fasting. Fasting is a really good thing. And then you regenerate all your cells, and that is really good for your body too. One of the other things, somebody asked me about the colon cleanse. So if you want to just do from the drinking, so I would say drink the lemon juice and olive oil. This method involves not eating for 12 hours during the day, and then from 7 p.m. drink 4 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and you do this 8 times every 15 minutes, and then you'll get a full-on flush, as in you'll be on the loo for a few hours. And that's a good thing because we're getting rid of all the crap, basically purging out all of the shit foods that we've been eating, all the bread, all of the crappy foods that we've been going through in the last while we're sitting indoors and not getting out and being able to get our healthy foods and stuff. So those are good for cleansing, as in cleansing the colon. And also you can also do it the other way, where you do the colonic irrigation, where you can do it the opposite way, and then that actually properly washes out your intestines and gets rid of it. And that's so good for you. Anybody who, I have lots of my cancer patients, people who are coming to me who are doing Reiki with their cancer treatments. I get them always to do that. Make sure they cleanse the body first, get rid of all the toxins first, then you start putting in all the good foods, the live foods, the green foods, alkaline in the body, your seeds, your nuts, all the good foods. Steer away from the sugars. Sugar's so bad for you, makes your body acidic. You want to go the opposite way, and you want to be alkaline, and you need to alkaline your body if you have cancer. So I'll do another talk another day on the cancer talk, because that's so many things that we have all that knowledge. One of my friends, Ash, and my auntie Ethel in England, we have a page where we have all of our people who are going through a cancer are all on, and we are able to help each other out with foods and stuff like that. So anybody, if you're dealing with cancer and you're starting off and you've just been told, you've been diagnosed with it, message me privately and I'll give you all that information and I'll help you through that process. So any other questions? Yes, Thanks, Jill. Stop burning sugar, start burning fat. 100%. I mean, I have noticed, especially even in the last few days, even doing the cacao. I was doing the cacao ceremony during the night. My lovely cacao. I got cacao, which is the ceremonial chocolate without the sugar. It's so bitter, turn you off chocolate. But the sugar that we have in our chocolate bars is unreal, and I love my chocolate, especially Cadbury's. And I'm now trying to move off. When I'm dying for a piece of sugar or chocolate, I'll go to the cacao and I'll have a cacao drink with oat milk. So good for you. Intermittent fasting, use to always wake up hungry and thinking about food. But that's normal, Michelle. You always wake up because your mind is trying to say, don't do it, don't, you're going to starve, you're going to starve. Your ego always kicks in and says, you're going to starve, don't do it, don't do it. It's always going to try and derail you away from something that's actually so good for you. So just you know, it's if you do it one day and then you go, oh God, I can't do it the second day, well then don't do it the second day. Wait and give yourself a bit of a break. Try and eat good foods until you're able to do it again. So any other questions? Hi Gail. Keto was meant to kill all my eggs, and every night I would place rose quartz on my belly and tell my little eggs they were protected. So I believe talking to yourself work. 100% they work. Kai is 3 now. I have so many Reiki babies, 61 Reiki babies now. I get all of my moms to talk to their bellies. Are we ready? Come on, I'm ready for you. Are you ready? I'm ready. And remember that as well when you're trying for a baby, you also have to raise your vibration to bring in this new vibrational this baby who has this real high vibration energy. All these new babies that are coming in are all these star seeds, all these high vibrational babies. So remember that you've got to raise your vibration and get your body ready for that, match that frequency of that baby coming in. So you got to change your body first before the baby comes in. And you know what, if you start talking to your body, start talking to your cells, start talking to your cells and your ovaries. I say to all of my moms, put up a picture of a scan on your fridge and see that being your scan. Even though it's not your scan, you get it into your mind that that's the scan of my baby. That's the scan. I'm going to have a baby on this fridge. And it's every single one of them. I have only one person that didn't get pregnant. She wasn't meant to get pregnant. They told me that after she wasn't meant to get pregnant. All the rest of them got pregnant. So that 100% works. So anybody else? Anything else you want to just jump in? Anybody that I missed? Sorry, I'm really bad at trying to read messages. Water is so true. Hi Suzanne. Liz, hi Liz. And breath work. Remember, all of my meditations are on my YouTube page. I've done so many meditations there. I'll be doing more. Breathing. Go back to the breath. The breath is so important, the holy breath. Take a few breaths when you feel shitty and you're walking around the house and you get real stressed out. Take a breath, close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out. Do it 3 times. Breathing in, golden light, the intention, bring it in, letting it go. Breathing in, letting it go. Breathing in, letting it go. That is so important because the holy breath is the energy that you're bringing in. It's your intention to bring that lovely golden light in and get rid of the negative. You know, we all do this, oh God, oh God, I'm stressed. And you hang on to it. You just you pull your breath in and you hang on to it, which is actually not good for your body. Swipe to reveal comments. So, if I missed anything, I will be back on. I'm going to do another one of these for anybody who wants to jump on. I might do an actual Zoom, more of a webinar Zoom for anyone who wants to jump on and talk about cancer and anyone who's going through that at the moment. I can help you that way because then I'll be able to actually physically see you on the screen. I'll be able to do some healing for you. So I will do that over the next few days, and I'll also come on and do a totally new video only talking about fertility, because I have lots of my Reiki clients are mums to be, and that's one that I keep saying I'm going to do and I haven't done that yet. So I hope that was good information for you all. You stayed with me for this time, and I didn't get any knocks on the door, which was great. Nobody's baiting down my door because I have told them, I swear I'll be off in 45 minutes. So enjoy the beautiful sunshine. I'm actually going to go out and sit out in it now that my trees are cut down a little bit, so I get a bit of sunshine. And that's actually one of the other things, to sit sunshine. They're saying, don't forget the sunshine. Sunshine. This is one of the only things that is actually so pure at the moment, and there it is, beaming in the sky. 20 minutes of sunshine is so important. If you can get out and sit out in your back garden, go for a walk, allow the sun to go in, the rays of the sun, raw energy, beautiful energy that's coming off the sun. Let that hit your skin, because vitamin D is also very important for you at the moment, because it's going to raise your, boost your immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin D. So vitamin D we get from the sunshine. Get out in it. It's so beautiful out there. No excuses to be sitting indoors watching Netflix when we have this weather outside. So I hope that was you enjoyed that, and if I did miss any of your questions, sorry. You can also message me in the direct messages. So love and light to you all, and namaste. I'll be sending out healing tonight at 11 o'clock as normal, so I'll be sending it for anybody who wants it. You can put that in the comments below and I'll send it to them too. Alright, love you loads, bye.